Hello and welcome to a presentation of Swyft Mobile for Salesforce and how it can be used in organizations and agencies across the public sector. Swyft Mobile for Salesforce is the most secure way to access Salesforce while mobile. All user interaction is wrapped up in the BlackBerry Dynamic Security Container, and everything a user does within the application is subject to BlackBerry UEM security policies. This allows the application to comply with the most rigorous of regulatory standards, like FedRAMP and DoD IL2 and IL4. The application also leverages BlackBerry cybersecurity and supports their artificial intelligence-powered BlackBerry Persona technology. With Swyft, users across all sorts of different verticals and in all sorts of different organizations can securely get what they need to do on their mobile device. So if I were a caseworker working at an agency, I can see my cases within Swyft and view information on those. If I, for example, am a manager and I want to see what everyone across my organization is doing, I can open up dashboards and reports in Salesforce and get that data all from my mobile device. But let's go ahead and put ourselves in the shoes of a rep in the field. What if I work at a recruiting command or a recruiting agency that's allied with a governmental institution? With Swyft, I can pull all that information securely up on my mobile device. And me as that rep, I can see what do I have to do over the course of my given day. I'm going to open up my tasks, and I can see that I have 2 tasks for this current day. I'm going to go ahead and flag this email Hugh documents task as complete. Let's say I already did that earlier. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up this other task that has to do with a medical evaluation for one of my recruits ostensibly. I can open up this task record within Salesforce, and I can view details on it. We're going to see that we have to approve this individual's medical documentation. So we're going to go and select the name, and that's going to take us to the Salesforce contact record. And from that contact record, let's say I want to try to give the guy a call. I'm going to press this call button, and I'm going to select his mobile phone. But you'll see that I get a pop-up saying that I'm not allowed to call this individual with my native dialer. That's because Swyft Mobile for Salesforce provides for options for IT administrators to lock down different parts of the application. So in my particular BlackBerry configuration, I'm not allowed to call this guy. Your organization might be different. So instead, let's go ahead and send him an email and say we need his medical documentation. And you'll see that this email hasn't opened up in my Gmail application, nor my Apple Mail application. Rather, it's opening up in my BlackBerry Work secure email client. All correspondence coming from Swyft is going into that secure email. So I'm going to go ahead and send that. I'm going to bounce back into Swyft. And let's say that for this recruit, he uses his LinkedIn page. Maybe we store that on the contact record within Salesforce. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this URL to view information about this guy. However, that web address is not going to open in the Google Chrome application, and it's not going to open in the Safari application on my device. Instead, it's only going to open in that secured BlackBerry Access web browser. So all hyperlinks and URLs open from Swyft are only opening in that secure mobile browser, which again is also subject to BlackBerry UEM administrative policies. So let's say I need to access a little bit more information than what's on the contact. Well, Swyft Mobile for Salesforce supports Salesforce custom actions and custom objects. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up this recruit profile, a custom object within my CRM. And you'll see here there's a number of different pieces of information on this recruit profile. I also have a security number here, which I can access within Swyft with full compliance because everything is wrapped up in that security container. So I can freely access this PII, PHI information without any regulatory issues. But I'm going to go into the related on this particular recruit profile, and I'm going to select an attachment because I happen to have this medical history report already stored underneath this recruit profile. So I'm going to select that. And now what I'm doing is securely previewing this report, this PDF from the Salesforce cloud on my mobile device with Swyft. And what I can do also is I can share this. However, I can't share this to non-secured applications. With our integration with the BlackBerry container, we don't allow for that. So I can only send this to my secured BlackBerry Dynamics applications like BlackBerry Work, ISV applications like iAnnotate, or if my organization uses the BlackBerry Bridge app, I can send this to my Microsoft 365 applications. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to send this to iAnnotate, a BlackBerry ISV, and you'll see that this report has opened up, and if I need to sign it, I can do that fairly easily with this product. But now I'm going to go back into Swyft. So I have signed this particular document and kind of run through my process for this recruit profile. Now what I have to do is I have to get ready for my next recruit that I'm working on. Let's say I have a meeting later today. So with Swyft, we support actionable push notifications, something that you wouldn't get within a non-native or wrapped solution. So I'm going to click OK now that I've gotten this notification. And it's going to open up a chatter post. Somebody from my team was trying to warn me that I'm headed into an area with bad cell coverage. So what I'm going to do to sort of account for that is I'm going to go into my settings menu and select my data store. And I'm going to sync all of my offline data so that everything that I have in the field is up to date. And you can see that's occurred. So what that means is if for whatever reason I'm going offline and I lose cell coverage in that area, I'm going to go ahead and put this device into airplane mode to simulate that. If I were to go into a contact and change a name, select this guy and change his first name while I'm offline. See that it's changed the name within the record. It's changed within the list view, but it has not changed in my Salesforce backend because I'm not connected to a network. So if I were to turn this device off of airplane mode and get back into network connectivity, when everything syncs with my data store, you'll see that that change has indeed been made within my Salesforce CRM. This has been a brief little presentation of a public sector flow for Swyft Mobile for Salesforce. If you guys have any questions, please reach out to your BlackBerry representative or your Swyft representative. Thank you so much.